welcome back, sports gamers. It's the Natural. Twitter completely blew up this weekend with the new Madden 21 hashtag NFL Drop EA. Madden NFL 21 was released on Friday, August 28th to critical reviews, and the user score has been even worse. On the website Metacritic, Madden 21 has a Metascore rating of 64. That's a passing grade, but it's pretty bad for a AAA title. Here at SGO, we gave it a 5 out of 10, and pretty much this is generally how Madden NFL games are received nowadays. Modestly improved iterations of the previous year, but this year is definitely one major difference. So Metacritic has two different scores, one for critics, and that's 64 overall rating, but also has the user score, and Madden has the all-time worst user score in Metacritic history, 0.3. I mean, it was previously tied with Tom Clancy's Division 2, Warlords of New York with 0.4, but recently they actually got it down to 0.3. So is the game that bad? User score rating many times can be a measure of user sentiment more than game quality. Like The Last of Us, one of the most highly reviewed games of the year, had an amazing Metacritic, but the user score was pretty much tanked by people that weren't happy, or users that weren't happy about how the story went. So it's not always an indication of game quality, but indication just how pissed off people are, and people are pretty pissed off at Madden NFL 21. So the question really is, how do we get to this point? Even if you're not a fan of Madden 21, you might have seen the hashtag NFL Drop EA. At its peak, it was number 2 trending worldwide on Twitter, including response from NFL players, celebrities, and pretty much everyone that's seen it. The hashtag is filled with clips of bugs from Madden games, accompanied by a basic plea. Please, NFL, find a new official developer, but such a change is easier said than done. EA has owned the exclusive right to make NFL simulation football games since it signed the deal back in 2005. And in May, it renewed that exclusive deal, presumably for another 5 years. The NFL Drop EA hashtag comes on the back of the hashtag Fix Madden franchise hashtag, which gained a ton of momentum this summer, and we were a big part of that. It was started by Brian Mazik, who tweeted an image expressing his frustration with the direction of Madden franchise, and a lot of people got involved. A lot of people got on board with that, and he basically said, Madden franchise fans, I say to you now the same thing I've said to unhappy fans of any game. It's time to show your unhappiness by not buying this year's games without an update to classic franchise that drastically improves it. Believe me, if it's impacting enough financially, EA can and will patch it. So that hashtag became a rallying cry for people who have been upset with Madden for a long time, and we were a part of it. Players and outlets alike ran stories and created videos about the hashtag. I put out a couple videos with that and used it in a ton of videos. It caught the attention of the Madden development team, who addressed the hashtag by promising continuous development on franchise mode. So perhaps the visual success of one hashtag led to the eventual success of another. I mean, people saw that getting EA's attention was done by those hashtags and done by putting out content, done by putting out videos. So they say, hey, this is another way we can do that with the new hashtag NFL Drop EA. So viral campaigns like Fix Madden franchise, NFL Drop EA can be a vehicle for valid criticism and bring change to something that you love. They can also serve as a cover for harassment. And when these things like this tend to trend and kind of blow up and gain that big media attention, the people who work on the game tend to get a lot of the brunt of the negativity. And anyone associated with EA gets a ton of negativity. Ty Stover, a talent manager at EA, has locked his Twitter account. EA producer Eric Isola tweeted about the harassment directly, saying, as always, I always listen to criticism and critiques of the game I work on. I take that feedback and work to make the game better. When you personally attack me, I'm going to block, mute you. When you throw insults at my 3-year-old child, you can go play in traffic and F off. I'm a big supporter of the hashtag movements, as well as, like I always say, vote with your dollars. That's the biggest thing you can show any company, any product that you want changed, is voting with your dollars. But going online, harassing developers has never been constructive, has never solved anything, especially when a lot of times, and most of the time, these developers aren't people that are in position or in positions of power to make the changes you want. It's almost like going to McDonald's and slapping the worker because you don't like the recipe on the McRib. I mean, they just made it. They weren't the one directing. They weren't the one that put it together. So harassing developers online is never the right way to go about these things. So people are going to say, well, what are my options? What am I going to do? And like I said, money talks. If you're buying another Madden game, and every single year you're buying Madden over and over, and you're putting 40 hours into it on launch weekend, and then getting online and giving it 0 on Metacritic, you're not making a point, and you're pretty much being a hypocrite. If you don't support Madden, if you want NFL to drop EA, don't buy Madden, don't support Madden. The problem is when people harass developers, hate the game, talk about it, but all they do is buy the game anyway, go online, talk about the game, click on Madden videos, and watch them. If you don't like Madden, why are you even in a Madden video? It's just bizarre to me. I see people in comments asking me, why am I still making Madden videos? Why are you here? If you don't like Madden, you don't support Madden, why are you even watching a Madden video? That's like the most bizarre thing to me. I'm not a huge fan of Apple. You know how many Apple videos I watch? I think maybe I've watched 2 Apple iPhone videos maybe my entire life, because I'm not interested in the product. I don't support the product. And so I don't go out there looking to partake in it. I mean, so that's the biggest thing you can do, is don't support the game. Don't buy the game. And you have to remember that 2K is coming. They did sign a deal with the NFL Players Association that 2K is making a non-simulation football game. BitFry Studios is making a non-simulation football game that's like an Ultimate Rivals type football game. If you want to stick to simulation football, there's other options there. Axis Football 20 is they have new franchise mode features. Doug Flutie's Maximum Football, they have a ton of things they put into the game, so many fixes, improvements. The game looks so much better than it did, and you can customize those rosters. You can put college teams. They have Canadian teams. There's so many different ways they're doing it. So get out and support these things. If you don't want to support EA, you don't like the direction that Madden series is going, don't just tweet about it. Like, don't have Twitter fingers. Take that and be positive about it. Don't harass developers. Speak with your wallet. Go out and support these other games. Go out when 2K puts their game out eventually. Go support that. Support Axis Football. Support Maximum Football. That's what you do. You don't go out. You don't attack developers. You don't just be mad at Madden but still buy it every single year and then be mad. Like, you're not voting for your dollars. And it's even more funny when I see people trash talk developers, trash talk Madden, and then they put out free codes and they're the first one saying, hey, I want a free code, give me Madden. I'm like, wait, you were just saying you hated Madden. Why are you begging for a code if you hate the game? Don't support it at all. So that's pretty much it. I'm supportive of all the hashtags, but in a positive, constructive manner. And so that's pretty much it for the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and what have you done, and your personal take, what have you done to be a part of this movement? If you appreciate our content here at SGO, make sure you drop a like, subscribe for news, tips, reviews, and gameplay from all of your favorite sports games. Now, if you want to take your game to the next level with insider news, free games, and access to our private chat, subscribe to SGO Insider today.